It's a dream chased by thousands of Brits each year.
Number one's the weather.
Heading to Europe to set up new lives and businesses in the sun.
Are you ready?
They're seduced by gorgeous scenery.
It's just about the space out here. There's so much space.
Year-round sun and a better, cheaper way of life.
Our living room in London, you'd fit in 4 times.
But how easy is it to turn the dream into a reality?
Money's dripping in and flooding out.
In this series, we follow those expats as they say goodbye, Blighty,
I think I'm full.
and begin their new lives, setting up bars and restaurants in Spain,
That's what we're talking about, girlfriend.
gîtes and B&Bs in France,
Totally and utterly out of my depth.
when nothing is ever as simple as it sounds.
It's probably not good for my blood pressure, yes.
It can fail, but it won't fail. Not if I've got anything to do with it.
On today's show, after some minor setbacks in Spain, the owners of a high-end restaurant hit a major problem.
Nightmare, absolute nightmare.
Will things ever be the same again?
And this is what's killing us at the moment, and it really is things like this.
Pulling out the stops for their biggest ever booking.
He hoovers everything. He's hoovered the bath today.
But will things go to plan for these great escapers?
The doorbell rings. It's not normally
The
good
doorbell of
news.
gloom.
And it's the end of the summer for these publicans.
We've come out here for a better way of life, and what can get more better than this?
But have they done enough to stay?
Let's just carry on and celebrate life.
With its sparkling seas and endless summer sunshine, Spain is now the most popular destination for British expats in the whole of Europe. Living costs are around a third of those in the UK, which means that those brave enough to take the plunge can reap rich rewards. Among the jewels of the Andalusia coast is the village of Mijas Costa, now home to Steve and Alison Hyatt, who moved here from Dundee to set up a high-class fish restaurant.
Things about living here is obviously the cost of living here is so much cheaper than the UK.
Well, the outdoor life, I think, is the main thing. You can actually go out and you're not having to dress for every weather eventuality there might be.
No.
You know, you can wear the right clothes here.
Earlier in the spring, the Hyatts took over and transformed a rundown restaurant.
And your lobster. There we are.
3 months on, it's the height of the summer and the Blue Marlin is now one of the most popular spots in town.
Fish was so fresh and the flavours were just absolutely amazing.
With over 6,000 restaurants on the Costa del Sol, Steve and Alison need to stand out from the crowds. They want to become known for offering an exclusive food and wine experience. So need to become experts in Spanish vino. And today is the first step. They're off to a vineyard in Ronda, up in the Andalusian mountains with wine suppliers Alicia and Paolo.
I love that it's so green up here. Reminds me very much of Scotland and the hills in the north.
The journey is a chance for Alison to check on the restaurant's review rankings.
I'm still on number 1.
Yep.
Are you number 1 today in the
We've been number 1 for quite a few days on TripAdvisor now, yeah. Such a short space of time as well.
Wow.
After a short journey and with only minor delays,
Oh, don't break the car, please.
they arrive at the 6-hectare vineyard.
I mean, it's like a painting when you look up here. It's just so beautiful, it really is. Now see where some of our wine's made. So, brilliant. There into it.
I smell that.
Hello.
Cheers. Cheers. Sanjiva.
It's beautiful. Lovely, isn't it?
No, it's lovely, that. I think it's a fantastic setup. And I think it's great that we can sell wine that you know the history of, because our customers are mainly Northern European and they're very much into traceability, food miles and all this sort of thing. So the more information that we have about what we're selling, the easier it is to sell.
And now a chance to learn about something very special.
And then we have a surprise.
A wine that could be perfect for the Blue Marlin.
The blue wine.
Yeah!
The blue wine for the Blue Marlin.
Blue wine was invented in northern Spain and is made with a blend of grapes and a special ingredient.
It's a secret that we make it, as he make it. So it's a blue wine which comes from a white wine, but then it's been treated to come with the blue. So it's a surprise.
So this is the Viognier Sauvignon Blanc.
This is a Sauvignon, yeah.
Oh, look at the colour, darling.
Chin chin. Well done, Lucia.
That's absolutely amazing.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
Despite not knowing the mystery ingredient, Steve and Alison are so impressed they decide to put in an order.
They source things that nobody else has. Right?
It's unique.
It's unique. And not only that, I mean, they give us the opportunity to see where it's made. Come and meet the people that make it. It's wonderful here. And you're getting it direct near enough, you know.
And because it's such a limited production, you cannot find it on a shop shelf anywhere.
And with their newfound wine knowledge, they feel ready to make a real go of the busy summer season. But just a couple of days later, there's a major setback for the Hyatts, and one that could threaten their entire future. A blocked drain has caused a flood in their restaurant. The worst has been mopped up, but the bar and whole dining area is still unusable.
We're making great headway, certainly with customers and things, but we keep getting these setbacks, and they're all financially quite hard.
This couldn't have come at a worse time. Spain is now packed with tourists, and the Blue Marlin will have to close. The Hyatts have no idea how long the repairs will take, but from today, their dreams of success are on hold. Off the beaten track, but bursting with rural charm, the pretty village of Aubetière-sur-Dronne in Charente, southwest France. Officially one of the country's most beautiful villages, it's the perfect place to take your foot off the pedal and immerse yourself in the laid-back French way of life. One couple doing just that is Carol Hedditch-Gray and her husband Richard, who's an ex-driving instructor.
What a lovely view. Ask for better. Look at that. Hay bales, sweet corn, sunflowers, and empty roads.
Traffic-free roads are one of the greatest draws for expats.
I think I've adapted really well to driving on the right-hand side. I think it's actually very much more natural. Look, you can drive in the middle of the road, no one comes the other way.
Yeah, I know you can. Doesn't mean you're supposed to.
Richard and Carol have just bought this group of houses with a pool for just €307,000. That's around £220,000. And they're turning them into a self-catering complex because they're convinced that Aubetière is a perfect place for holidaymakers.
One of the top 10 villages in the country, and it's got a very famous subterranean monolithic church. It's on a pilgrimage. It's a beautiful, beautiful place.
It's now July.
Hiya!
Richard and Carol's very first set of guests are halfway into their stay and things are going well.
It's good hearing them laughing and playing in the garden and seeing the enjoyment of what we've done.
Pool's a bonus, definitely. And having it to ourselves, we won't worry. We'll just let the kids have fun, and that's what it's all about, really. And us relaxing away from work.
There's space for them to have fun. Kids will be kids, they're going to make a bit of noise, I guess, but whereas we'd normally worry about that, they can let their hair down and enjoy themselves here.
Time has always been against Richard and Carol. They moved into the property at the end of May, and it's taken 6 weeks to complete the lower schoolhouse ready for these guests. With the summer season already underway and more guests due soon, they need to get the upstairs sorted too.
Oh my God, it's more daunting than I remember.
we're ready for
Yes.
it.
Yes, dear, it will be fine. This is the biggest one, so there's a lot of area to sort out.
This property became something of a dumping ground while Richard and Carol finished the lower house. Now it needs a deep clean and declutter.
So there's a hell of a lot to do in a week and a bit. We're going to have some very long days. Being realistic, I think we're going to struggle. Work's managing to be done from a chair, I see over there. That looks nice and comfortable.
It is, thank you. It's much better than sitting on a floor.
What, kneeling on the floor round the toilet, you mean?
You chose that job, I didn't give it to you.
I chose this job. I think not.
The 3-bedroomed upper schoolhouse will eventually cater for 8 and will cost €1,000 a week in peak season.
This is going to be our more luxurious sheet, so the finishing touches will have to be very spot on.
But high quality costs, and already their credit card is stretched to the max.
Carol does lots of planning on how it should look, but with no concern really about cost.
I do have a concern about cost because I don't buy the most expensive stuff, and we've already had the most enormous compliment from our first customers who actually said the attention to detail was very, very special and they were really impressed.
It's great that they're really happy. I just hope we're going to be able to eat and drink in the winter.
How to survive the quieter winter months is a worry for any new business in the sun. Money has to be made when it's busy in the summer because come October, hardly any tourists visit this part of France. Richard and Carol need to cash in while they can.
Yeah, it does worry me. I don't like having thousands on a credit card and not knowing when it's possible to pay it off.
It doesn't really worry me actually because I know we'll be successful. We're getting towards the end now and we've already finished one sheet and we've got this sheet to do and you
Getting
can't...
towards the end of spending, are you saying?
No, not towards the end of spending.
I got excited then.
You can't cut corners when you get to this stage. Yes, it's going to take time, but it's not so much money that I don't sleep at night. I'm confident that in a couple of seasons we'll be able to pay it back. So.
Richard and Carol are now just about at the finishing line. All their properties are almost ready to welcome guests, and they're about to find out if this new business can solve all their money worries. The Costa del Sol, a part of Spain famed for its dramatic mountain backdrop and shimmering blue seas. Its stunning shoreline is lined with buzzing bars. And in the popular tourist resort of Fuengirola, a pair of ex-British publicans have made a name for themselves with their bar, serving up food
Looks lovely, doesn't it?
and entertainment.
Welcome to the Mariners on the Marina!
Steve and Jill Lewis moved here from Barrow upon Humber in February to open Mariners on the Marina. It's now coming to the end of summer, and after a successful first season, they hope they're here to stay.
It's just a pleasure coming to work and seeing this every morning. Back home it was a supermarket blank wall. It's a pleasure to come to work, and when the sun's shining, it's great.
Tonight, Steve and Jill have a big night ahead of them. When they first arrived here, they discovered Steve's brother Dave had cancer. But now Dave has been given the all clear.
Tonight it's going to be a fantastic night for my baby brother here, and you know, it's just going to be the icing on the cake for us, and let's just carry on and celebrate life.
It's Steve's brother, so although he's been my brother-in-law for a lot of years and we are all very close, it's obviously affects him, you know, probably more than it does me.
You know, it was always at the back of your mind, whatever you're doing, you know, you're back thinking, well, you know, what's going to happen? Is he going to survive? Is everything going to be all right? And you just want it to be all right, you know, and you just pray that it's going to be all right. Oh. And that's what tonight's about. And you're playing dirty.
My attitude throughout the whole thing is to hell with it, live life, laugh, enjoy your sen. Doctors will do their bit. You just get on with carry on living. You've just got to have the positive attitude and just tell yourself and tell everybody else you're going to beat it.
Time to party, brother.
Yeah, let's do it, kiddo. Alright, well, you two, kiddo.
Tonight, Steve is planning a special tribute for his brother.
Here we are, Dave. I'm going to read a speech. You want to come in?
And it's time for him to take the stage.
Come in and have a listen. He actually got the all clear from his cancer. As soon as we knew he was able to fly, we decided to fly him and Mandy over here to celebrate it with us. We love each other to bits. We're always there for each other, whether on this side of the water or the other. So thank you all for coming and celebrating this celebration of life. Let's have a party. Let's sing and dance. You know, we're here for good. Thanks, bro.
And with the speeches over, it seems tonight is also a good night for the Mariners in more ways than one.
That was a result. That lady on table 7 said, oh, it's the best meal we've had all holiday. And I went, oh, I said, I will pass that on to the chef. And then I went to her, now you're going to tell me we're going home tomorrow, right? She went, no. Result.
Result, yeah.
This bar is fabulous, wonderful, provides great food, great entertainment, lovely staff. The owners are all right as well.
We've left the bad weather behind, you know, pain of being in England, the joy of being in Spain. Well worth it. Worth the hard work.
But now, as the season is coming to an end, there's a big decision to make. Has the Mariners on the marina been successful enough to keep Steve and Jill's dream of a life here alive?
It was a big risk because we've used our pensions, haven't we?
Yeah, we've put a lot of money on the line to do it, to make it work, to make it happen. Why not?
At the Blue Marlin in Mijas Costa, disaster has struck. A blocked drain has caused water to flood across the restaurant. Steve and Alison's usually pristine dining area is in chaos, and now they've had to close their doors at what should be their busiest time of the year. With no idea how long it will take to fix, their whole future is hanging in the balance.
The water looked clean, but just smelt a bit, and then it started to get worse. It got worse and worse. It got greyer and dirtier, so we had a problem. Then the sinks were draining very slowly.
Basically, building's not fit for purpose.
No.
The plumbers are struggling to find the source of the blockage. Steve and Alison have no idea how much this could cost.
Laughing now.
Yeah, you got to laugh. If not, you're just crying. A lovely restaurant demolished.
Not exactly demolished, but
Well.
the cleaning job's got to be something else. Obviously, you've got to sterilise it.
Get somebody to refit the toilets.
Yeah.
It's obviously been concreted in, so they had to rip it up. It's full of rubble, hand wipes, grease. It's a smell you never get used to.
And now you can hear it going down the pipe, all the rubble.
Though they've now found the source, the extent of the blockage is more serious than first feared.
I don't even know how much it's going to cost. It's going to be a horrendous price, this. It's not going to be a couple of £100, that's for sure. And that's the biggest problem that we have. Because we don't want to go into the winter, because you don't know what the winter months are like here, but we don't go into the winter without any sort of backup financially. And this is what's killing us at the moment, and it really is, things like this. That's okay, it's just water, sorry.
It takes 5 men 3 hours to clear the blockage, and all the time they are losing precious trade.
Oh, now the water's running away, Alison. Oh.
But that's not the end of their problems.
Oh, another one gone. More money again.
They'll now have to pay for someone to seal the manhole cover and refit the toilet.
Hi there, it's Steve here from the Blue Marlin Seafood Restaurant.
And that won't happen for at least another 24 hours.
I've explained to him we need the manhole for the tile putting back, all right, manhole cover, because it's tiled over the manhole. Do you remember you're not listening? No.
No, you told him that we needed one. You didn't seem to bring one.
He doesn't know what size it is, does he? He's not going to just bring any old manhole cover, is he?
Well, we could give him the measurements.
You come and see it tomorrow. It'll be fine. He can't fix it tomorrow.
He needs to fix it tomorrow. We need the bloody fridge in there.
Steve and Alison have a massive clean-up operation on their hands.
No area has gone untouched.
We've got to sanitise everywhere, clean everything down and re-sanitise everything tomorrow. Canopy, kitchen, the lot.
But before they even get started...
Now my air conditioning's gone off and the fan's still open. Look. Air conditioning's gone off, Alison.
There's now a problem with the electricity.
No, it's tripping out all the while, so we've got a fault somewhere. It's not staying on. Need an electrician now. Nightmare, absolute nightmare. So every time we make a bit of headway, we keep getting knocked back. You know, that's the worst thing about it. Oh, we didn't come out here to get rich or anything. We just come here to earn a living, and the way it's going, we're not even earning a living at the minute, you know. It's all we keep doing is paying out at the moment.
All the time the Blue Marlin is closed, Steve and Alison are missing out on vital trade. After such a great start, has their dream come crashing down? For the past 2 months, Richard and Carol Hedditch Gray have been working round the clock on their new self-catering complex. The 2 levels of the schoolhouse are now complete. There are a total of 4 bedrooms boasting traditional French features, 4 bathrooms, 2 large living areas and French doors lead out to the stunning pool area. Richard and Carol can now concentrate on the finer details.
You take your shoes off? No, just walk carefully.
You didn't wipe them.
Oh.
Talking about taking them off, at least give them a wipe.
There we go.
That's not wiping, that's doing a little dance.
Just looking just to check that we've covered everything in our clean and it looks inviting and, oh dear, he's missed something with his hoovering.
Richard and Carol want to give their guests a 5-star service, so we'll offer welcome packs to help them settle in.
We give a baguette, a pack of jams, bottle of wine, a few beers, a few tea bags, coffee, milk, because that's the other thing when you wake up in the morning and you find that you haven't got anything to eat for breakfast and can't have a cup of tea or coffee. So it's just really to give them a snack for the evening and to be able to have a cup of tea and something for breakfast in the morning before they then find their way to the supermarket.
With this property now completely ready, Richard and Carol are awaiting their biggest booking, which will see the whole house booked by one group. In preparation, they've decided to try and make the guests' experience even better.
It's nice to do stuff like this.
Yeah.
This is what it was all about, really.
They want to recommend attractions for their guests, but they're determined to make sure they're only suggesting the best.
Very pretty.
This isn't too far from home at all for the guests.
No.
Very, very nice.
About an hour.
Bonjour.
Friends yours?
No. It's just being friendly.
Today, Carol and Richard have come to Brantôme. This charming town features some of the most stunning architecture in the whole of the Dordogne. It sits on the river Dronne and attracts thousands of tourists each year. Carol and Richard want to check out for themselves what's on offer.
8 kilometres, 12 kilometres, 16 kilometres, 20 kilometres.
Fancy 20 kilometres?
No. We are going to take out a canoe because we want to sort of experience it for our guests so we can give them full-on feedback.
Canoe pour 2 personnes.
2 personnes.
Oui.
Pour 1 heure.
1 heure, oui. Just le tour.
It costs €12 to rent a canoe out for an hour.
I'm hoping Richard's in a very sensible mood and he's not going to be silly because sometimes he's silly and I really don't want to go in the water, but I'm really looking forward to it. Bye-bye. Bye. Au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. Quick, quick, quick. You did that that on purpose. We're going into the edge now because you're not steering.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily,
The River Dron is famous for its canoes, but they're not the only boats to use the river.
Oh, I'm going to have a crash.
Paddle! But we have to get out of the way over to the left.
But even a close call doesn't take the shine off their day.
How's it going at the front?
I'm just taking in the scenery and... Well, I'm thinking, Canton's just amazing. I'd be coming home from work now, I guess. It would be probably raining and cold. And this is my job here, which is just amazing.
Beautiful.
So canoeing on the Dron will be added to Richard and Carol's activity list, ready for when their next guests arrive. But when the big day arrives for the biggest booking yet, there's an unexpected problem.
It's basically been raining since about 3 o'clock this morning. Not what we're used to, which is a bit sad for our guests. We have 2 families coming, so it should be a lot of fun. It's the first time we've actually let the whole property.
The rain hasn't stopped all day and it's causing Carol problems with the bedding.
Can't believe we've had rain on the one day I didn't need rain. Normally when I do the washing and ironing, I can wash in the morning, I can put it out on the line to dry. It'll be dry in about 30 minutes. My plan hasn't worked. God, it's really damp out here now. It's probably not making these any better. We really pride ourselves on the first impression. I want them to arrive and see it in its glory and then to be able to enjoy it. It's a mistake. So I'm hopeful I can remedy it before they get here and then they won't know. It's all the fault of the weather.
As well as the last-minute drying, Carol's flat out in the kitchen. The guests have booked her special welcome meal at €10 per person.
I really love cooking, so I suppose I do get the easy job here because it is something I enjoy. Preparing chicken in white wine sauce with rice. It'll be hot for them. They can just sort of sit down to dinner whenever they've settled and unpacked. I cook it so it's nearly ready and then I'll put it in a slow cooker and put it in their gîte. Oh, that's nice.
The guests are due any minute and Richard is still giving the gîte a final once-over.
He hoovers everything. He's hoovered the bath today.
He finishes just in the nick of time. And now Richard and Carol need to face their guests.
Hello, hello. Hi, I'm Carol.
With 10 people staying 2 weeks, do Richard and Carol have what it takes to handle such a big party?
How's your journey been?
The Costa del Sol and Steve and Jill Lewis are at the end of their first season as Spanish pub owners. In this area, bars close every day, and this was a huge risk for the couple. So now it's time to take stock and decide if the gamble has paid off.
We knew it was going to be hard work. We knew we was going to sit here on days where we're hardly going to have any customers in.
This bar as well notoriously had a bad reputation for never being used. So we knew we'd got that to start with. We knew that was that, but we have totally changed it. And we've had repeat customers already.
So, repeat customers that are coming back to the Mariners in our first year, that's an achievement in itself.
Over the course of the summer, Steve and Jill reckon they've served hundreds of dinners, hosted 70 live music acts,
Welcome to the Mariners!
and taken around €10,000.
We wanted to bring some of the effects of basically most of our pubs that we've had. We've had a music venue, we've had a city centre pub, we've had a little country pub. We combine all of them, I think, into the Mariners, don't you?
Yeah, there's a little
bit.
A little bit from
there's
everything.
A little bit of everything. So yeah, and it's working so far, isn't it?
And they're confident things are only going to get better for them and their new business. So they've made a big decision to extend the lease on their Spanish home.
We've come out here for a better way of life, and what can get more better than this? It's like back home, you live on the premises, so you're never away from the pub. You know, it's 24/7. Whereas at least here, you can lock the bar up and come away and have a bit of home life. We're literally less than 500 metres to the port, so it takes us 7 minutes, 34 seconds to get to work. So I can get to work within, say, 3 if I'm late. But no, so touch wood from the tree of knowledge, I haven't been late yet.
Their 2-bed apartment, just a stone's throw from the marina, comes with its own roof terrace, where they can eat al fresco well into the autumn. A far cry from life back home on Humberside.
Probably be the winter before we actually christen this, which is a barbecue area. You know, come October, November, it's going to be nicer, cooler nights, and enjoying a barbecue and invite a few friends and actual customers now back from the pub and have a barbecue up here. It's a great area to relax and chill out.
So after a year in the sun, running a British bar and giving the tourists a taste of home, Steve and Jill have made it. And now it's Fuengirola Marina that they're calling home.
Well, it's just been the making of us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fred to come here, we wouldn't have had a life together, would we? So now it's great. We love it.
You have the feel-good factor every day. And you just get up in the morning and you feel good, don't you?
Yep, sun shining, happy people.
Yeah.
As we said when we come, we're here for a good time and we're here for a long time. Ain't no plans on going back.
In Mijas Costa, Steve and Alison Hyatt are about to start cleaning up after a leak that has closed their restaurant at the busiest time of year.
Unbelievable.
Except there's another problem. The electricity's gone off at their restaurant.
That means my fridges are off in the kitchen as well, Alison. Yeah, all the fridges are off in here. Oh, God. Non-stop, innit?
With the fridges and freezers full, a delay in restoring power could force them to throw out €500 of lost food.
This has gone off too, look. That's the best way to go around and check which is working and which isn't, because then you'll see if it lights up.
Darling, I know what's not working. I've still got to get the fridges working. That's the problem. And the freezers, also losing hundreds of euros. Oh, Mrs. Electrician, she knows everything. Oh.
It's another potentially costly call-out to a local handyman.
Hi there. I now have another problem. Electrical. The main breaker keeps going off. OK, right, I'll try that then.
The handyman suggests unplugging everything to isolate any faulty piece of machinery.
That's literally everything unplugged.
But it doesn't fix the problem.
Hi there. We've unplugged literally everything that's possibly unpluggable, and it's still tripping. All my fridges are off, and I've got hundreds of euros of stuff in the fridges and freezers.
The handyman can't come until tomorrow, but Steve thinks he may have a temporary solution. Run all the fridges and freezers off the one electrical socket that's still working.
I think Alison will put this extension over this wall, and then I can plug this one into this extension, and that'll reach this fridge here. Right, so that's all these done on one socket. I just hope it takes it, because if they all run at the same time.
This should be Steve and Alison's busiest time, and they need to be earning the money now to support them through the quiet winter season. But they'll have to turn customers away until the problem is solved.
Oh, I just wanted to cry.
Oh, she did cry, didn't you, baby?
She really did. It was like, what is going on here?
Smelling terribly.
Tomorrow morning, 9:30, the maintenance guy's going to come along and have a look at all the jobs that are needing done and hopefully get them finished tomorrow.
The next day, Alison can't even face the extent of the damage at the restaurant.
Alison, she's still in bed.
Handyman Shane has arrived to repair the drain's manhole cover and hopefully work out what's wrong with the electrics.
Just put this back downstairs for just
Yeah, stop the smell. See, it's rather pongy. It's not as bad as it was yesterday.
And luckily for Steve, it doesn't take Shane long to work out the source of the problem. The coffee machine is tripping the electrics.
Might be a loose cable.
Yeah.
This is the socket you use, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is possible.
We think it's that one that's off, Shane.
I can see your problem.
Yeah?
But the cause of the tripping is something neither of them expected.
Right. Oh, yeah. What is it?
Cockroach. Cockroach. Shorted out between the 2 hours.
They get everywhere, don't they? A cockroach just sitting there, look.
Basically, it's just caused a circuit between the alignment and neutral, which has fried the cockroach completely. And it just caused it to keep tripping out.
Here she is. Oh, yeah. Found the problem with the electrics. It was a cockroach in the plug for the coffee machine. It's not going to be an expensive one, so we're quite happy with that one, yeah. He says he hasn't seen his bill yet.
The simple fix is a massive relief for Steve.
Yeah, it's working. Another job done.
Yes.
After fitting a permanent manhole cover...
Looking good now.
And replumbing the toilet...
Got the toilet back, yeah!
Hopefully the Blue Marlin will open for business tomorrow.
He's got that coffee machine going now. Once that's done there, we can then get everything back behind the bar and get all the beers cooled and everything else, and that's the biggest thing we have at the moment.
And once reopen, they'll do all they can to make a success of what's left of the season. In southwest France, Richard and Carol Hedditch Gray are welcoming their biggest booking yet.
Long journey. Hi, Ellie.
Two families have taken over the entire schoolhouse for a fortnight holiday in the sun. Well, that's what they hoped anyway.
We're pleased to hear we haven't seen rain like this for 3 months. All right. It won't last.
It's not a great start for any holiday. Carol's hoping to win them over with their accommodation.
Lovely in the sunshine. This is the upper schoolhouse. Obviously, you must decide who's going to sleep where, so it's entirely up to you. Nice big lounge, and that's the double sofa bed. Okay, so this is the attic bedroom.
We use the words quirky and character a lot. There's some stone walls like at the bottom of the stairs, and the beams, and it doesn't matter. We can hoover all day, and tomorrow they'll be
they are what they are.
And the dust comes off the walls.
If you touch the walls, the dust will just fall. It's just.
So, how long have you been working in this place?
We moved here on the 18th of May this year.
This year? So it's like you're not here since 1789.
No. I look well, don't I?
This is lovely.
Yes, that's the original sink.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? We've worked very hard on it. Yeah.
Really lovely.
I like looking at their faces because they all look quite excited, and I think they like the character, and it's good.
Richard and Carol have thought of everything.
That building you're looking at with the vines on, that's the local shop. That's the supermarket. That's the
It's quite a hike.
It is a long way.
You might have to take the car.
The croissants are paid for the morning. You just got to collect them and say that you're here with Carol and Richard.
Okay. Very good.
And Madame Dupree will give you a croissant.
Good.
I think it's really lovely. Yeah, no, we're delighted with it.
Yeah, it's lovely. Have a nice welcome and not just sort of be given a set of keys and said, there you go.
And finally, after a long journey here, what better welcome than a home-cooked meal?
Your rice and your apple tart and cream and bits are all in here, and your chicken and white wine sauce is just in the slow cooker there.
It's lovely to have a meal ready for us when we arrive. Yeah, that's great.
That's it, thank goodness. Some people brought more stuff than others.
Very good, yeah, super. Plenty of room, plenty of space for us. And when the sun shines, it'll be perfect.
We'll leave you to your first evening. Enjoy.
All right, thank you. See you later. Bye.
With the guests settled in, Richard and Carol can finally put their feet up.
It's good. It's all good.
Cheers.
That's going to be fun 2 weeks.
It's 6 days later, and there's a problem.
Okay, so where are we going to put it?
Over here, I reckon.
We've had some inclement weather, to say the least. This was a really bad storm, and this mattress was up in our attic bedroom, and our guests have informed us that there was water obviously come under one of the roof tiles and has basically come down onto this mattress, and they're going to be needing this for a child that's arriving for their second week. So we now have a bit of an urgent matter of drying it out along with all the bedding that was on it to return it to them in time.
Unfortunately, it hasn't been a smooth week because we've had electrical problems from the first evening they arrived. There's been various issues with sleep. One of them wasn't happy with the firmness of the mattress.
It's been an unfortunate catalogue of errors and events that have just culminated into, a nightly doorbell.
We have, unfortunately, this week kind of come to dread the doorbell, haven't we? When the doorbell rings, it's not normally
the
good
doorbell
news.
of gloom.
The gloom and doom, the dreaded doorbell of doom. Obviously, with it being our first season, we are keen to get good reviews because it's essential to our business. Being new, we haven't got any reputation, we haven't got any repeat business at the moment.
Well, and the competition's huge, isn't it? It's huge.
Loads of competition.
So we've always said we'd pride ourselves on our customer services.
Customer reviews can make or break self-catering businesses. Now, Carol and Richard need to work hard to find a way to turn things around and ensure these guests enjoy the rest of their holiday. Next time, Richard and Carol's hard work pays off.
We've had various issues and problems, and they've been so accommodating and sorting those out. Whenever we ask them, it's not a problem.
As their season draws to a close,
Check on a la carte, please. 1 cod cake, 1 salmon.
have Steve and Alison done enough to secure their dream home?
What would you want that it doesn't have?
A lower rent.
And after a quiet summer,
What's at stake is having to go back to the thing that I escaped from.
will a final flurry of guests mean this B&B ends on a high?
The reality has then dawned. Somebody physical has turned up and I've had to sort of get going, and I wasn't ready.
It's a dream chased by thousands of Brits each year.
It's a wonderful way of life.
Heading to Europe to set up new lives and businesses in the sun.
Get it!
They're seduced by gorgeous scenery,
It's a beautiful place to live, it really, really is.
year-round sun, and a better, cheaper way of life.
I wonder what the temperature is today.
But how easy is it to turn the dream into a reality?
This is like the final frontier.
In this series, we follow the expats as they say goodbye Blighty.
There's no reason for me to go back to the UK. I have nothing there.
And begin their new lives.
What could possibly go wrong, Al?
Setting up bars and restaurants in Spain.
I know, it ain't rocket science.
Gîtes and B&Bs in France.
Voila.
When nothing is ever as simple as it sounds.
We're starting to get sleepless nights because you're starting to get worried.
It's great. What more could I want?
On today's show,
Don't panic, Mr. Mannering, don't panic!
a pair of Brits find themselves all at sea.
I've never been out in a boat when it's broke down, ever. Never.
But is the pressure of their new business getting too much?
2 Valium and a glass of white wine, please.
The couple with a dream of running a French B&B and restaurant
We've never had a full hotel plus a full service before.
hit their busiest night yet.
I don't know how to do both.
And a bar on the Costa Blanca drafts in some extra help.
Mandy is a fun, energetic, fireball, opinionated little firecracker.
But a feather's about to be ruffled.
Could be the doghouse for when Stevie doesn't perform properly.
The Dordogne in southwest France. Home of world-class cuisine. Acres upon acres of rich, fertile soils produce fresh organic vegetables, including the famous cep mushroom. And there are more walnut trees here than anywhere else in Western Europe. For foodies Joe Gell and Alice Barnett, it's the ideal place to launch a top-class restaurant.
Go to this market and go to this trader and buy that. That's exciting. It's not like going to, a big supermarket chain. Nothing here has a carbon footprint, it literally is picked from the garden down the road, comes to a market stall and then comes to my table. And pretty much nothing's more than 2-3 days old.
Joe and Alice have been running their new restaurant, À Table, since Easter, and their cuisine is hitting all the right notes.
Very creative, very, very tasty, different flavours. Really, really good idea.
As well as a restaurant, they're also running a B&B, and now, a month after opening, they're facing their biggest challenge yet, as both the restaurant and accommodation are fully booked.
This is brand new to us, this stuff. We've never had a full hotel plus a full service before, and I've never done breakfast and lunch. So we have no idea what to do or how it's going to go.
I can't remember what I'm doing.
You can never remember what you're doing.
No, but when you're doing a breakfast followed by lunch.
No, because we've never done it before. Absolutely. No, I don't know. I don't know.
It's first thing in the morning. The couple have to make breakfast for a house full of guests before changing over the rooms ready for their next customers. And that's before they've even thought about lunch.
We have all of our customers. Some of them are checking out, some are checking in. And we need to do a very, very long Sunday lunch service at the same time. But we haven't got our heads around doing breakfast yet. I'm kind of looking at the clock going, I don't know how to do both.
With the washing up from a successful service still to do as well.
Got no plates, no cutlery. So we're going to serve breakfast in hands today.
They're beginning to realise they may have overstretched themselves.
This morning we're doing a continental buffet breakfast. I've also got 6 people wanting a cooked breakfast. So we offer a cooked breakfast on a Sunday and we try and do lunch as well. I think in the future it's a mistake.
Out front, everything is ready.
I'm sad. The table's sad.
But the pressure is starting to show.
I'm going to set my tables and I'm kind of going, right, okay, lamb, let's put mint sauce out and this, that, and the other.
Don't put mint sauce out with breakfast.
With the croissants. No mint sauce with the croissants.
It's now 8:30 and the B&B guests have yet to emerge, meaning lunch could take a hit.
Today is absolutely crazy. I mean, normally I start at 6 in the morning just to do Sunday lunch, and I've done no prep at all really for Sunday lunch. So the people are going to arrive at 1 o'clock. If they get food, they're going to feel lucky. I love running a restaurant, and that's all fine, and cooking for people is all fine, but actually having people staying and then trying to direct what they have to do at any given moment, I find really, really uncomfortable.
And they've no idea when they'll be serving those final breakfasts.
Breakfast is between 8 and 10, but we have guests that didn't come in till about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, so we just accommodate people, and we're a little bit, possibly a little bit too accommodating. Because if people are down here at 10:30 having breakfast, they're not going to be done till 12, and then we've got people arriving for lunch, so we might have a tiny bit of a flashpoint there. It's 20 to 10. We've got to finish breakfast at some point because I can't be cooking breakfast and cooking Sunday lunch. What does one do?
I don't know. Go back on the door and go, wake up.
By 10:30, the guests still haven't surfaced. Joe has no option but to start on the lunch of roast beef and seasonal vegetables.
We're way beyond our actual breakfast time, although I'm not sure anyone actually told them that was actual breakfast time, so...
But on the plus side, pot washer Henry is reporting for duty. And then finally, just 2 hours before Sunday lunch, the B&B guests arrive for breakfast.
Henry, roasting trays, please.
At last, there's some good news for Joe. Fry-ups are off the menu.
We're doing all right because people were so hungover they couldn't eat, so we've done less breakfast than we anticipated.
But with the lunch guests now arriving, can they get all the food out on time?
Mainly because the breakfast really overran by such a ludicrous amount. My lunch services are maybe a little behind. Right, I have customers.
And these B&B rookies are back to doing what they know best.
Right, we need to get this gravy out. Okay. Well, we've got people that have came in at 12:30 and it's now 1:30 and they still not had their mains, so it's really important that we get their mains out. Lovely.
As the final dessert orders leave the kitchen, Joe and Alice have somehow managed to pull off another successful service.
The day's been absolutely bloody awful, but brilliant as well. When we came in this morning, it was just like there was so much work to do. But luckily, we've got an amazing team. Without them, it would have been bad.
After a long, hot shift in the kitchen...
All right, going in.
Time for a cool down. Summer bookings are now coming in thick and fast. That's good for the bank balance, but means Joe and Alice need to enjoy the sunshine when they can.
Oh, it's nice in here.
Andalusia, a region of southern Spain that has managed to retain much of its Pueblo charm. Towns and villages are dotted with whitewashed houses and tavernas, and meandering cobbled streets make you feel like you're stepping back in time. The coastal town of Estapona is no different. And to add to all that character, there's a stunning traditional marina, a base for yachts and boats of all shapes and sizes. And it's here where expats Jerry Ferguson and Heather Walker are planning to set up a dream business on the Med.
There's no stress. The Spaniards have got a fantastic expression, don't sweat the small stuff. It's not worth it. Life is for living, so get on the water. I love the people. The Spanish people are like smart. They're like the Irish, Scots and the Welsh. They like a good night out, they like good food, they'll have a drink, they'll have a laugh, they'll have a sing-song.
I love Spain. I love the food. When I went back home again, it was the first thing that I smelled was a chip shop. You come over here, the first thing you smell if you go anywhere is either fresh air, flowers, or garlic.
Jerry and Heather left Glasgow behind to move to Estapona for a new life in the sun. And they've just started running their own fishing charter company. For lifelong fisherman Jerry, this is a dream come true, but Heather's still getting used to being behind the wheel.
It's not as easy as driving a car. You're on a flat surface, the road doesn't move. Here it's constantly pushing you all over the place.
And then the wind catches it too.
Yeah, the wind catches it. You're all over the place.
Heather's skippering lessons start today. It's one of the first fishing trips of the summer, and the couple are welcoming 3 Welsh holidaymakers aboard.
Come on, Welsh.
But Jerry knows this day isn't just about fishing.
People that mess about in boats are all of the same ilk. They've got the same attitude. They want to have fun, have a couple of beers. If they catch a fish, that's a bonus.
Jerry and Heather charge €80 per person, which they split 50-50 with the owner of the boat. For that, the customers get a 4-hour fishing trip in temperatures that can reach 40 degrees. They're also treated to complimentary drinks and snacks.
Anybody want a bit of sushi?
Although this could be the only fish anyone sees today, as the customer's track record isn't good.
Now, these guys have been to Barbados, the Bahamas, Jamaica, Cayman Islands.
Right.
Never caught anything.
Never caught anything.
Never caught anything. Didn't even see a fish. So the only time I saw a fish was in the supermarket or the restaurant.
All right, okay.
But Jerry is determined to bring about a change of fortune for the Welshmen. And in the process, gather some great reviews to bring in more customers.
They're expecting one of the busiest times in the Costa del Sol this year because the pound is so strong. We just need to try and catch whatever business is out there.
The pressure to attract customers is huge. The owner of the boat is allowing Jerry to use it as often as he likes, but only if Jerry guarantees at least 150 paying customers during the summer.
The boat's got to clear at least, I think, about €30,000 a year just to break even.
An hour into the trip, and there hasn't even been a bite. But charmer Jerry knows how to keep his customers entertained.
He got that cigar for just getting on the boat. Because as you can see,
this guy knows a winner.
the diet is not working.
Jerry's a very colourful character, shall I say. Very colourful, always there to help somebody.
Keep holding that in, that's the stuff.
He always likes to make people laugh. He has an opinion on everything. He loves to shout at the telly and tell them all that they're doing everything wrong.
We've never went out and not caught fish. If we don't catch fish, it's down to your Welsh bad luck. You can cut the engines.
Experienced fisherman Jerry decides to move the boat 2 miles further away from the coast.
And the eagle has landed.
If the fish ain't biting, I can't do much about that. I hope the Welsh haven't brought us bad luck. We're going to hoist the Welsh dragon here to try and give us a bit of good luck.
And his tactics look to be paying off.
Give me a hand on it.
OK, I'll get you.
I'll get something on there.
Yeah, there's something there.
Oh, my God!
Good God! It's an octopus.
Although the octopus escapes,
oh, back in the water.
The fishermen have finally had a bit of excitement.
I just felt the rod was
Got a lot bit heavier.
a lot heavier, but I was getting weaker under the two anyway.
And the fish just keep on coming.
La Rana. See the spines coming up the back? You see that? Yeah. That's these 3 spines here. Very, very dangerous fish.
The red snapper.
And the caught one yesterday was that side. Just as we were bringing it over, it managed to wriggle off.
After 2 hours, Jerry and Heather head back to the port with 3 very satisfied customers.
And I kept on telling them that yesterday I'd be the first one to catch.
And you were? Is an octopus a fish?
No.
What is it?
It's an octopus.
It's been a great start to what Jerry and Heather hope will be a very busy season of their new business on the Med.
Everything's meshing in properly now because I see the season's just started. The service that we offer is cheaper than any competition we have in the area. The boat we have is our big stable boat for the Med. A lot of people think the Mediterranean is a flat calm at all times. It's not. It can get rough out there.
The Costa Blanca, the White Coast. A 200-kilometre stretch of rocky shoreline along the crystal blue Mediterranean Sea, enjoying an average of almost 3,000 hours of sunshine a year, almost double that of the UK. And if that wasn't a good enough reason to live here, property is great value for money. A 2-bed bungalow can be snapped up for as little as £35,000. Since the start of the year, Steve Stallion, his fiancée Kelly and mother-in-law Gail have been calling the town of Javea their home.
I love it. I feel like I'm back home. I feel like I'm back where I belong.
With a budget of just €10,000, the Stallion family have renovated and are now running one of the biggest bars in town, Gecko. And their new business is in a dream location.
Like, I do sit here now and I think, wow, how lucky are we to live here?
So far, they've built up a steady stream of business. It's now August and they're preparing for another day of service.
How's it going, Stevie? Did they come and take the fridges?
It's turning into a busy day with Steve's Gecko Burger drawing in plenty of punters.
He's a good chef.
He is.
But despite an increase in numbers, they still need even more customers in order to turn a profit.
From a financial point of view, where do you think we're at?
Underground.
We are getting busier, but...
We need to find rent for the house. We need to find rent for the bar. We need to find lights, water, utilities. We don't want to sell the car because we need cars.
Man, I'll tell you what, it's the biggest emotional roller coaster I've ever done ever. It's like one day I can smash out an amazing service, and then the next minute you're just like, boom, rock bottom, and you just think, what's the point?
But Steve and Gail are determined to make the bar pay and have hatched a plan which they hope will finish the season with a bang. In an hour, Gail's other daughter, Mandy, will be flying in. She's worked in catering for 15 years and will be sharing her expertise.
I'm very looking forward to it. I'm really excited about seeing her. I think it's very needed because it'll be a bit of relief.
It's been 6 months since the family last saw Mandy, and she can't wait to see their new venture.
I've always wanted to come to Spain. I'm going to practice all my bad Spanish.
Right now, we are trying to make the bar work, which we will do, and therefore we work together as a family.
Ian, looking forward to seeing the bar.
I'm looking forward to seeing the bar and the home.
You're going to love Javea. It's beautiful, much prettier than this.
Mandy will have a day to acclimatise and catch up with the family before she checks out the bar.
Mandy is fun, energetic, fireball, opinionated little firecracker. She is amazing, so she's great.
And she's not afraid of voicing her opinions.
I like this place. It's smaller than I thought, but I like it. It's charming. I like the big windows. I love the pool.
In the morning, Steve will get to hear her take on the Gecko Bar and Grill.
I'm not really like, oh my God, I hope Mans likes it or anything, because at the end of the day, if she doesn't, she doesn't. But if she does love it, great. I'm hoping they'll be positive, and obviously she wants to get stuck in and help and stuff.
With more hands on deck, will Gecko finally pay back for all the hard work this family have put in?
Just keep grafting and keep focusing and keep developing the business, and that's all we can do. So I just want to keep making it as valuable a business as possible.
Estapona in southern Spain, where Glaswegian former pub landlord Jerry Ferguson and his girlfriend Heather have set up home determined to build a new life in the sun.
The whole idea of coming to Spain was to change our old perspective in life, and this is exactly what it's done. I mean, look at the place, it's fantastic.
But despite their optimism, they've now been hit by some bad news. The boat they've been using has failed its seaworthy test. So the owner has decided to withdraw it from business at what should be their busiest time.
You're going to need to work. Nobody's going to give you for nothing. I mean, there's no social security here. If you don't earn, if you don't work, you don't eat.
But Jerry and Heather are determined to keep their dream alive by finding a replacement boat.
You want to drive over there?
Yeah, and just pull in.
Pull in.
So they're trawling the marinas of the Costa del Sol looking for something suitable and seaworthy. About a quarter of the vessels here are owned by amateurs who only use them occasionally. Jerry wants to find one of these underused boats that would be suitable for his fishing charters and then split his earnings with its owner.
It's only 18, that's only 20 feet, Heather. Catch a lot. Catch a lot. I've got walking shoes bigger than that.
And it looks like their search has paid off. Jerry thinks he's found a boat that could work for them.
We're actually going down to see Fatam, the motor vessel Fatam. It's the new workplace, the new office.
A retired businessman from Yorkshire thinks he might be happy to let them use his boat for fishing charters. Fatam is almost double the length of Jerry and Heather's previous boat.
This is the only time that you'll find a guy saying, bigger is better.
Yeah, bigger is better this
Bigger
time,
is
yes.
better.
I'm just going to pick you up.
Come on, Eric. They're an awful lot more equipment on this boat. This is an old boat, but everything in it is state-of-the-art. Your galley station's here, there's fridges here, there's ice makers, you've got a fax machine. This is what's known as a liveaboard. You could live on this boat quite easily. My intention of doing is do like parties, engagement parties. We could actually do honeymoons on it. And I'm a ship's captain, remember, I can marry you. It's an old boat, but there's been a lot of money spent in doing it up. I mean, who wouldn't want to come on a boat like this for a paltry €40 for 2 hours?
Time to take Fatam for a test drive under the watchful eye of owner Gary.
Are we cleared?
This is like being in a Bentley. It's like being in a Rolls Royce or a Bentley. The soundproofing's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
It's important this maiden voyage runs smoothly. The Costa is heaving with potential customers. Jerry and Heather need to get their business back up and running quickly to cash in on the lucrative summer season. Owner Gary is a boat fanatic, but doesn't know much about fishing.
I've been out with the previous owner. I can all we caught were a carrier bag.
Plastic carrier bag. But was it
No.
a Morrison's carrier bag?
No, it was Harrods.
Jerry will have to go all out to prove that Fatam will be in safe hands.
That's the Mediterranean roll. You see the wind's coming towards us, but the waves are actually heading that direction. You'll probably find there's an undercurrent going the exactly opposite direction.
It's full of information, isn't it? I learn every time I speak with him. I learn something.
You learn something. Well, that's
I
how
really
it should
do,
be.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
And it looks like the trip's off to a good start.
Heather's downstairs mastering your radar and your sonar.
We'll go down past Soto Grande, and then we'll go out a little bit and then back in, yeah.
Oh, it's solid. The boat feels solid.
But 40 minutes into the journey and already 2 miles away from port, there seems to be a problem. The engine warning alarm has just gone off.
One of the engines, she's just cut out.
We've just lost the power.
Jerry has been on board his new boat for less than an hour and is already stranded in the middle of the Mediterranean.
Fuel starvation somewhere along the lines, we don't know why.
This is a major blow for Jerry and Heather. Are they about to find themselves right back at square one?
It's a challenge. Another challenge.
Just outside Vertiac, Joe and Alice's dream of running their own business in the French countryside is turning into a big success.
We have 4 Dutch bikers.
Their B&B has 1 king, 2 doubles and a twin room, all of which are en suite and beautifully renovated in a traditional shabby chic style. And as well as success with their B&B, their restaurant's weekend services are also a big hit.
We thought we were going to be completely empty, and we were really nervous. And literally 1 day later, we were completely fully booked.
But eager to boost takings, they've come up with a novel idea to bring in customers on the otherwise quiet Monday nights.
We went to the UK and saw a really amazing production of an interpretation of Alice in Wonderland, and one of the most brilliant fun things was a massive tea party. So when we got back here, we thought, let's have a fantastic, lovely tea party in the courtyard, because of course the view's amazing.
We just thought it'd be really nice to do something a little bit crazy, a little bit mad, and also nothing's open here on a Monday.
So in 2 days' time, Alice and Joe will be hosting their very first Mad Hatter's Tea Party.
Are you thinking fizz in the drink means then? I'm thinking something like champagne and grapefruit or something like that, just something that's a bit odd. Odd, yeah.
And they've headed to the local butcher's to pick up the main attraction for their feast.
We're getting the pig for Monday. It's a whole suckling pig.
They're brilliant, they're really good fun. They really tease us when we come to pick the pig up.
Using locally sourced produce is key to their business plan. and it couldn't get much more local than this.
The abattoir's just behind as well, so the meat comes from there to there, and you know it's really fresh. The meat here is really, really good as well.
You can actually still hear it mooing, can't you?
Sometimes. You can actually from the car park out there.
Alice and Joe plan to charge €25 a head for their tea party. But after shelling out €150 on the pig, they need to make sure their sums add up.
So, bookings-wise, how many people have we got booked in now?
18 people. What's 18 times 25?
I have no idea.
What's 20 times 25? At 500? Yeah, even that, it's not great, is it? If the pig's 150...
Yeah.
And then I'll do another 100 on salads, I would have thought.
Yeah.
So the food's 250. We really need 30 people to make this work.
Yeah.
40 people would make some, because we've got to pay staff and everything on top of that.
When you put anything on, we prep up for everything that we do, so your investment is right out there. So, of course, you have the anxiety that if people don't turn up, then, of course, you lose a lot of money.
But Joe has a plan to drum up more bookings with the help of friend Pete, who'll be performing at the tea party.
Just cutting up some flyers. Pete's going to hand them out. Pete is playing the Mad Hatter's going to hand them out in Vertiac. It's quite busy on Saturdays in Vertiac with the market. He's an ex-drama teacher, and he's a really good performer, and he enjoys it. I'm cutting them out now, so I'll be with you in probably about 10 minutes or something like that.
But after being persuaded to dress up as her namesake,
they're cute.
There's someone who's a little more reluctant about performing on the day.
Yeah, I said I'm not doing anything performance-wise at all, because I'm absolutely rubbish. But Pete's brilliant. But I bet he'll nag me. I've ordered a costume, but it hasn't arrived. Yes, I don't have anything to wear. And I'm supposed to be Alice.
As Jo heads to Vertiac, she's beginning to wonder if they've left themselves short of time to prepare for the party.
We're doing it. It just feels like we're just sort of rushing everything, but I mean, that's kind of how we operate. But we have a pig, we have an Alice, we have a Mad Hatter, and yeah, I think it will evolve as well. It's going to be on for the next 2 months, every Monday.
Hopefully Pete's eccentric garb will attract some attention.
Hi, Pete. You look fantastic.
So, the Mad Hatter arrives, eh?
But at €25 a head, will there be any takers?
Every Monday.
Jo can't hang around to find out. She's got some weird and wonderful recipes to test at home.
It's going to be an eat me, drink me thing, so the point of it is just to, yeah, to be a bit playful. I'm going to try and make a type of cheese scone in a cake pop in a circle. So I'm not sure this dough will work, because it's got cheese in it. It might just all stick to the sides. But we are going to give it a go. These are for children. But I really love it. Just pop that in there, close it. And that's how it works.
5 minutes later, and the scones are ready for a taste test, alongside the drink me offering of green tomato Bloody Mary gazpacho.
It's gorgeous, yeah. Nice.
That's really nice.
That's amazing.
I like the fact that it tastes tomato and it's green. I like that as well, because you don't think it's going to be tomato.
It looks a bit specimen-y, doesn't it?
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I think that's fun, because you never know what she's eating or drinking in the thing, do you?
But there's more work to do before all the party food is ready, and Jo's feeling the pressure.
So I haven't had that much time to think about how I feel about it. And to be honest, we probably would have put it back a week, but we already had a booking. So, in essence, you've got a deadline and you've got to hit it.
With just 2 days left before the event, Jo and Alice have their work cut out if they want to pull off the perfect party. In Javea on the Costa Blanca, the end of the summer season is approaching.
Oh, what a beautiful breeze.
Oh, thank goodness.
And it's a crucial time of the year for the new owner of Gecko Bar, Gail, who needs to maximise income at her fledgling business. Daughter Kelly and her son-in-law Steve are already hands-on at the bar, but now she's drafted in her other daughter, Mandy, to help with the end-of-season push.
I've been in catering a long time, and I've run Michelin star restaurants and coffee shops, and I've done training of staff, but always front of house. I'm excited to see what they've challenged themselves with.
Mandy has only been in Spain 24 hours and hasn't seen Gecko Bar yet. But that's about to change as Gail and her two daughters head down to meet Steve at the family business for Mandy's first day at work. But what will experienced caterer Mandy think of Gecko Bar?
Oh, it's so pretty.
I'm interested to see what my sister's going to say, because she does come in like a bit of a storm. She's like, you know, Hurricane Mandy. She comes in and goes, well, this is how you can do things. And well, you know, my mum says, she goes, it's just like...
I love your flowers. Oh, it's so lovely. It's so much smaller than I thought. I was expecting a monster. Hello, Stevie. This is so pretty. I love these. Oh, I love this beach effect. Could be the doghouse for when Stevie doesn't perform properly.
And after a quick tour...
And I see what my mom means about the nooks and crannies, which makes it feel smaller and more intimate. You know, because you can be there and that feels like its own space and this.
She already has some suggestions.
I like this area. I think you could have more sofas and stuff. You need to get these down the road. I think you need to varnish it a bit so you can open it, but you could store stuff in here. You need to get a little guest book.
A little guest book?
Yeah, that people can write their email addresses in, comments, so that you can get constructive criticism. You can send out emails when you're having an event. You know, it's a good way to get regulars. And also just to figure out how people feel about your place. Cheers. To the Gecko Bar.
And just a few days later, taking on Mandy's thoughts, the family has come up with a plan to lure the locals and tourists in.
Mum wanted to do a cocktail night of some sort, and Stevie said, why don't we do Friday's cocktail night? So we're hoping it's going to be buzzy. I'm telling everyone about it. I'm willing to walk around in my bikini and hand out flyers.
Gail's son Ryan has also flown in to help, bringing more catering experience.
I work in a delicatessen and cafe in Midhurst. I've been there for 6 years. 7 years.
There's just one problem. Only Steve and Mandy know how to make cocktails, so the others have been summoned to the bar for a quick cocktail making course.
So when you're shaking, cool.
Very sexy.
You just want to be throwing, what you want to be thinking is throwing the ice from back to front. And as soon, that's it, you're done. As soon as that's gone chill, you're there. Look, like that, look.
I told you I can't.
Well, you can. Look, you see where that's like that?
My hands are not good for these kind of things.
You just tap it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Right, get your strainer. Yeah?
Oh my God, this is good. This is my favorite cocktail.
In 3 days, Gecko Bar will host its most ambitious event yet. Will this family be able to pull it off?
I like it a lot.
No, it does feel, you know, like we are a family and buzzing around in the place. It's just really cool. So, and it's better energy, you know, and I love it. I've really enjoyed it. It's important that we all get stuck in. Yeah!
In Estapona, Jerry and Heather are hoping to get their fishing charter business back up and running as quickly as possible. After losing their boat when it failed its seaworthy tests, they're on board the Fatam, a boat they're hoping to charter for the summer. But there's engine issues.
We've got problems now.
The starboard engine's not even clicking over. Generator's not working.
Hey, I've never been out in a boat when it's broke down, ever. Never.
The poor engine is ticking over. Sounds like it wants to start, but it's like it's not getting any fuel into it.
Jerry, Heather and owner Gary are stranded 2 miles off the coast with both engines dead. And Jerry thinks that's down to too little fuel.
If you've got 2 engines in a boat, it's very, very unlikely that both of them would fail on you. That makes me think there's a fuel starvation problem. And I'll be having words with Gary about that, because that should never happen.
The only thing to do is drop anchor and phone for assistance.
We need, if you can come with Danny, it will be good. We have an engine problem.
This was its first trip in a wee while since there was work done to it. So, teething troubles.
Oh dear. Well, this is fun, isn't it?
It's not exactly the fresh start Jerry and Heather were hoping for, stuck in the middle of the Med.
Jerry has no patience. He wants it fixed and he wants it fixed now. Then he gets agitated, whereas I'm just like, yeah, well, it's not going to help getting bothered about it.
Well, we're just waiting for one of Gary's friends to come and give us a bit of assistance here.
How many people are they actually bringing out? How long does it take you to go and get on your boat? I could have walked from Duquesa to here quicker than that.
They could be out here for hours, but at least they have the essentials to keep them going.
We bought beer, we bought wine.
Plenty of water.
Nah, let's save the water.
But it's not long before cabin fever is kicking in.
Don't panic, Mr. Mannering, don't panic.
Don't panic, don't panic. Well, all hands on deck. I'm deck. Yeah, that's that boat coming towards us. Do you see it? That's my rescue boat there, I believe.
Assistance is here, and the stranded boat is slowly towed back towards the shore. But at least something good has come out of all the drama. Jerry and Heather have impressed owner Gary.
I think what we've seen today, Jerry, is very good. I think it caught very well. I bet you'll think I've planned this, don't you?
Finally, they're on the home straight and are heading back to port. What could possibly go wrong?
Uh-oh. It's gone. The rope has broken.
Abandoned ship.
Jerry reattaches the rope and they start the journey home. With another broken boat and no license to trade, will they ever restart their business before the end of the season? Or will Jerry crack under the pressure?
2 Valium and a glass of white wine, please. We're back safe and sound. What an adventure.
Are we going for a drink, do you think?
On the Costa Blanca, it's an important day at Gecko Bar. After a difficult season, the family are determined to prove the bar has a place in Javea, so have organised a cocktail night to try to pull in the crowds.
I've been excited all day. I just hope people come in and, you know, I want people for this night to go well.
Steve, Kelly and Mum Gail have been trying to crack their cash flow problems all season. It's essential this evening is a success. So Kelly's sister Mandy and brother Ryan are pitching in to help out.
This is like, it's our night to try and shine, and I don't know how many people come. I hope many, many, many.
Tonight, Gail's babysitting for granddaughter Millie, but she's concerned at how Mandy has been promoting the cocktail night.
When we were on the beach today, Mandy was walking around saying, "Have you been to the Gecko Bar Grill? It's just up the way here." As she walks around topless anyway. I'm getting embarrassed. But she was like just advertising the place.
I only thought about it afterwards. Okay, you're talking to husbands and wives, so maybe, you know, like covering up would have been better.
Whatever the marketing methods, it seems to have worked. It's only the start of the evening and already people are flocking to the bar.
pina colada?
Banana daiquiri.
Oh, banana daiquiri, yummy.
Orders for mojitos, margaritas and martinis are pouring in, and they seem to be going down well.
It's amazing. Like one of the best cocktails I've had on holiday.
Great, it's nice and relaxed. Oh no, there's no doubt about it, I'll come back, yes.
As the night draws to a close, it's clear the cocktail evening has been a great success.
Fabulous. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Had loads of lovely cocktails. I'm just having a special one that Steve's bought for me. I don't really know what is in it, but it's lovely.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
With the help of Kelly's siblings, Steve and Kelly have made enough money in one night to pay for a month's rent on their house. And most importantly, have shown that the bar does have a place in Javea. But in 24 hours, Mandy and Ryan will return home. Steve, Kelly and Gail will have to keep the momentum going on their own.
I wish we could be here more for them, but unfortunately my brother and I have a lot of commitments elsewhere for now. I would love to spend more time here with them though, now in the beginning when they need us.
Tonight has shown the Stallion family that their bar could have a very bright future. But the family will need to work hard if they're to keep their dream alive.
What will be, will be. We're doing the best we can.
There's so many peaks and troughs, and it's one hell of a huge emotional roller coaster.
Yes.
Like as it has been from the start, and it will continue to.
We can't fail. Because also, I look at that bar and too much has gone into it.
We are family, and family do not let each other down. I love that bar.
I love you.
I love you.
Next time, on the Costa del Sol, Jerry has to learn the ropes.
Roger, pull it in, pull the rope in. A little bit short-tempered. He started to swear at his crew.
Can he make the grade?
Not doing very well, are we?
No, we are not.
The Vineyard opening a pop-up restaurant.
I'm trying to get this knife in, and I'm trying not to slip, because it goes straight through my hand.
There are some first night nerves.
They are trusting me quite a lot. Obviously, it's their reputation on the line. We really want to impress them.
And it's the day of the Mad Hatter's Tea Party in France.
We found out who stole the torch!
But will Alice in Wonderland actually turn up?
I didn't realise it was going to be so bonkers.